as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Algier will try to pick it up. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. 3rd and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and rambled.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Darnell Mooney, 43 yards. And the Falcons will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Those are the drives that prove a lot. You got a rookie quarterback, Charles. You're on the road, takes him down, throws the touchdown pass.
And in a game like this, with, as you described, a rookie quarterback, the team usually says, okay, we got to take care of this guy. We got to protect him. But when he goes out and plays like this on the first drive on the road, he doesn't have to say, I'm here to be your leader. They just need to follow him.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chatter right now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. From the gun, it's Hurts. This one goes out one. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. Again, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 29, here's 2nd and 2. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. Just keeping the play alive. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Option play. Here's Robinson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15. First down sack. 2nd down negative rushing play.
And I will guarantee you right now the head coach is weighing in on his headset to the offense coordinator, whether he thinks it's strategy or he thinks it's execution, because that's going to determine this next play call. Are you staying with what you're doing, or are you going in a different direction?
And he showed a nice little juke, but then the window quickly closed. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. And we'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. 4th down, and the attention turns to Falcon kicker Younghoe Koo. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though? When they only gave up the field goal,
Good job, AJ.
they were able to
Good
trot
job,
back
AJ.
out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. Hurts. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Harris Campbell, 65 yards. And the Eagles are back within a score. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Here's Penix. Flush to his right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. On third down, Robinson. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
Good job, Jalen. Good job, Jalen.
The Eagles will take their third and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Throwing is Hurts. Oh, he's going to look downfield for Barkley.
Give me that.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And a great return as he gets
Runs in the wide. Don't look at one receiver the whole time.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Robinson up the middle, and he is going to lose yardage here. Jalen Carter working his way back behind the line of scrimmage and dropping it for a loss.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Well, now how about this return? And they're going to have terrific field position as they finally get to him, but just shy of the midfield stripe.
Well, that return had all the trappings of really good scouting. You could tell that they thought they saw something on tape that they could take advantage of, and they dialed it up at just the right time to give them a great return.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. Catch made here by Campbell. His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up third down now. Here's Hurts to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
They're going on fourth down with Hurts. That is caught. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A first down carry for Barkley. Evades him at the 20. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. 2nd and 7. Play action. Here's Hurts. Steps away. And he's got his big tight end here. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Going in motion left, that's Campbell. Here's a fake on the jet sweep as he'll go instead with Barkley. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. Second down and goal. Hurts. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Eagles have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2.
King. Hey, Silver.
They'll try and throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Back to Robinson now on first down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense. Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Robinson with another carry. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Second down, 8 yards to go. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Well, you don't have to beg the Philly faithful to make noise. On their feet for third down. Flushed out right. He's got his target. That's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 20-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Algier now up the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll run with Robinson. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to trip a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Handoff now to Robinson. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's third and goal. Robinson will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. Charles, that drive was perfect. From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 51 back in 2017, we are inside NRG Stadium in Houston. And we are underway from Houston. Pushing his way through and able to get this out to the 25. Opening play, and Stroud will throw it. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
At the 26-yard line.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. To throw now. Here's Love. Touchdown, Packers. Romeo Doubs, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Packers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, partner, not exactly the way they drew up the start of this one, but a chance to redeem themselves and hit the reset button here on their second possession.
And I do like that word that you just used, reset, right? In a lot of ways, it's just shaking off what happened before, starting fresh, almost like it's your first drive all over again. Go out and put your best foot forward.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Throwing now is Stroud. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Stroud out of the gun here. And guys, man, it's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Stephon Diggs for 21 yards away. And the Texans are an extra point away from evening this one up. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. And he'll return this one all the way play onto the other side of the field.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Third and 5. Love looking to throw it. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
But that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Second down, Jacobs once more. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's Love. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Love now. Forced out to his left. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Romeo Doubs with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers are able to add on to that lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is up to 8. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down in those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Stroud working out of the gun. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. That was one I kind of saw coming, Charles. You had a free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting, and he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means the free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
On the out route, Dobbs brings it in. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Throwing, Love. Touchdown, Packers! Jaden Reed in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers would extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Final play of the half, Stroud. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here first and 10 at their own 27. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. On the ground, Jacobs will get the third quarter started. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Second down and 3. Play action this time with Love. This complete to the tight end, Tucker Kraft. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 49 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. This to Jacobs on the toss right. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Working out of the gun, Love. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. 3rd and 15 here after the first and second down plays went in the wrong direction. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got a touchdown. Romeo Dobbs from 21 yards away. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. McManus's point after is good, and the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Set to kick off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. Taking a shot for Dell here. They intercept Stroud again, the third time in this game. Picked off by Eric Stokes. Down the left sideline. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Here's 2nd and 10. Play fake. Here's Love. And his throw here is incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the Texans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Stroud looking to throw. Flush to his right. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce, 57 yards. And the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Now the Houston offense is going to stay out there as they'll try for 2. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
That's going to be caught downfield by Reed. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Well, a clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Second down, Jacobs once more. Pushes him over. 41 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Jacobs going to try the middle. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips. They're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
So a win here for the Packers, and it was thanks in part to their man under center, their veteran quarterback.
Yeah, sometimes you just have those games where everything's clicking, and this was one of those days. He wound up with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. He was large and in charge all day long.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody.